To understand the ordinal classifications option in the efficient cause analysis for paired orderings procedure, let's look at the dosage and heart attack data that we have seen in other videos, but here we're only going to look at weeks 16 through 19. So here I have the dosages for those 4 weeks, and then here I have the heart attacks for the corresponding 4 weeks, again weeks 16 through 19. Now, the ordinal classifications option only impacts your results if you have chosen the numbers ordinal analyze option. So here we have it set for deep structure, so it doesn't really matter which of these we choose, full or adjacent. So let's go ahead and choose the numbers ordinal analyze option. So now it matters which of these we choose, and let's start by looking at the adjacent only option. Let's go to the ordinal patterns and let's take a look at the 20 weeks worth of data. In this case though, we only have 4 weeks worth of data. Let's magnify it up so we can see what's going on. So here we see the dosage across the top, that's the red line, and then the number of heart attacks across the bottom, that's the blue line. And here we just see the rank orderings of the observations. Now here we see nice correspondence between the red and the blue line in terms of their ordinal relations, their ordinal changes over time. So as the red line increases, the blue line increases. As the red line decreases, the blue line decreases. So the cause and effect co-vary, if you will, across the 4 weeks. Now with the adjacent option chosen, we're only going to look at the adjacent weeks worth of changes. So week 16 to 17, then 17 to 18, and then 18 to 19. So that's 3 possible co-occurrences of change between the cause and effect. And we see that up here with the number possible correct classifications. Now in this case, we see that in all 3 instances, the red and blue line change in the same direction. So that gives us a PCC of 100%. And we can see a fairly low, or somewhat low anyway, chance value there. Now let's go back and change this to full and look at those ordinal patterns. Again, I'm going to have to magnify it since it resets it every time, and look at the 4 weeks worth of data. And we see this exact same data pattern obviously, but now we have 6 possible correct classifications. So now what's happening is we're looking at all possible combinations here. So week 16 to 17, and then week 16 to 18. So notice week 16 to 18, the red increases and the blue increases. Then we go with week 16 to 19, and notice in that instance, the red decreases and the blue increases. So there is a mismatch or an incorrect classification. So all possible pairs of comparisons are made here. So then we would go with weeks 17 to 18, and then 17 to 19, and then lastly 18 to 19. So that gives us 4 choose 2 or 6 possible correct classifications. And in this case, 5 out of the 6 were correctly classified. And we saw the one instance where there was a mismatch, where here between weeks 16 to 19, the red line would decrease, the blue line would increase. So that gives us a PCC of 83.33%, with again a somewhat low chance value of 0.1670. So with the full option, you're looking at all possible pairwise comparisons across, in this case, the 4 weeks worth of data. Whereas if we were to choose the adjacent only option, we are looking at just the adjacent weeks. So here we would only have 3 possible comparisons. In general then, the choice between the full and adjacent options should be driven by whether or not you want to look at the entire pattern. If you want to look at the entire pattern, so the gestalt of the entire pattern, how the cause changes across the entire pattern relative to how the effect changes across the entire pattern, then you want to choose that full option. If, however, you're interested in immediate changes from week to week or occasion to occasion, then you would choose the adjacent only option.